Hello everybody, I'm Andrew Lyons here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We're in Frederick, Colorado, just north of Denver. Today we're going to talk about horse trailers, air rides, all kinds of things. I have Ben Jensen here with me from Cimarron Trailers, so kind of a unique day. Ben's here with us for a couple of days, and we're going to be able to go over a lot of stuff on trailers, and Ben will be able to bring us a lot of knowledge because he is almost Mr. Cimarron. We'll call him that today.
Okay. Happy to be here. Andrew and I have worked together for nearly 20 years now as a manufacturer-dealer relationship, and it's been fun to be part of the growth of Transwest and Cimarron. And on behalf of over 100 employee owners in Chickasha, Oklahoma, we thank you for your business with us. For sure.
Yeah, thank you. It's been good.
Yeah.
So, the real subject here today is this trailer.
Yep.
We're basically going to go over some highlights on this trailer, and we're going to go over why I think this is such a good trailer for someone that really wants to run up and down the road and use it. And we'll talk about why the cost of it initially versus cost of maintenance down the road, and why as a trainer or someone that's going to haul a lot, why this makes sense as a trailer. So we'll start here at this Tack. This is basically, I shouldn't even call it a tack room, it's a dressing room. This lets you keep all of your hats, clothes, all the stuff that you don't want to smell like a horse. That lets you keep everything over here in its own sealed compartment. So
You've really set this trailer up through the years of experience with trainers in mind and hauling a lot of equipment, but yet keeping it separate with 3 different storage rooms here at the front of the trailer, trying to maximize space and how to best organize so things are easier to get in and out and more organized when you get to the shows.
Yeah, and if anyone's wondering, there is a wall right here in the middle of the trailer, and when we get to the other side, you'll see why, because the tack room is literally on the other side of that wall.
Yeah.
The other thing that I really like is this right here. In here, we can put 15 bales of hay. Regular, a regular size hay bale. 15 bales of hay. It's out of the weather.
Yep.
It's out of the rain, the sun. It's locked up, it's stored, and you don't have to get on the roof of the trailer to access it. So
Right.
I love this feature, and I've done, I don't know how many I've done, but we've done a lot of them over the years, and I really like it.
Well, we've done it from a 4-horse all the way to a 10-horse.
Yeah.
And it's utilizing space, it's dry storage, it's so much easier than getting up on top of the trailer. And it also, without that hay rack, you're adding to the aerodynamics, it's less drag. If you want to add a hay rack someday, you still got more storage down here, but this is a great spot for hay.
Yeah, great spot, like we said. And even, we'll go back a little bit to the fuel mileage thing. It's amazing, that hay rack on the roof, that's a great feature. You can haul a lot of hay, but it does, it's wind drag. It takes from your fuel mileage. So great feature there. Here we're just drops every other on the hip side. This trailer has a lot of ventilation. Pretty simple. You see this a lot on trainer trailers or trailers that run up and down the road a lot, especially if you get trailers that go into the south, into Texas, Oklahoma.
Right.
So
this trailer, really, with the size, we're 36 feet long, but yet we're hauling 8 horses and plenty of tack and equipment for, if you're a cutter, reiner, quarter horse show, and Arabian horses. A lot of versatility in what this trailer can be applied for.
This trailer could go into a lot of, anyone that really wants to haul, a good amount of horses and a lot of tack, this is a great setup trailer. And that brings me to, this trailer has got 3 heavy axles under it.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here, Ben, as far as capacity?
We've got 3 8,000-pound AirFlex AirRide axles. So you've got 24,000 pounds of axle capacity here. We've spread them apart to help distribute that weight even further. So this trailer is very towable with a modern 1-ton pickup.
Yeah. You got an extra set of brakes.
The next set of brakes, you've got disc brakes, hydraulic disc brakes. With the 3 axles, you're increasing your braking capacity by that 3rd axle. With the 19.5-inch tires here, those tires are rated at 5,500 pounds apiece. So you have over 30,000 pounds of tire capacity here.
Yeah, on the ground.
You've got 8 horses on board that you've put hours and years of investment into. You don't want to be stuck on the interstate or the county road changing the tire.
Yeah.
These tires are a commercial grade, heavy duty tire. That larger wheel helps distribute that heat even better. I mean, you've ran this same setup on multiple trailers and have had great success with it.
Great success. We've run this setup under a 10 horse.
Yeah.
And had great success with it. This costs more than a simple 2-axle trailer. But you have to ask yourself, when you buy a trailer like this, and I'll go back to an old statement that I've heard many times, is it the lowest price or is it the lowest cost?
Right.
So the price here for an 8-horse trailer, this is not the cheapest 8-horse trailer out there.
No.
Believe me. But in saying that, you can run this trailer down the road daily and use it and not have to worry about it. The maintenance on this trailer, I mean, just a blowout or two makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So, you know, over 10 years or so, I believe the cost of running this trailer up and down the road will be way less than a trailer that is not set up this way. You know, but by the time you put the AirRide in here, you know, and the heavier running gear, and then this trailer is also aligned. We align everything. Basically, when all your wheels are pointed in the same direction, they build a lot less heat and they wear a lot better, so you don't get that rapid wear.
Yeah.
This trailer, you may get 100,000 miles out of a set of tires.
You've got customers that have done that.
We've done that and proven it. So a lot of people, if you tell them you can get 100,000 miles out of a set of trailer tires, they won't even believe you. I mean, but if they're set up right, they're aligned right, you know, your air pressure is correct, you can do it. It's very possible. So it goes back to that lowest price, lowest cost. In 10 years, this trailer, the maintenance on it is going to be way less, and then it's a lot less headaches as well.
Yeah, there's enough stress just with the horses alone, you know, and thinking about that in the show, you don't want to have to worry about the suspension on your trailer. And one of the things that's unique that you guys do here at Transwest is add the dump on that third axle.
Yeah, so this rear axle, one of the big downsides to a triple axle trailer is the fact when you turn it, you get a lot of wheel scrub because you've got so much spread in that. From the front axle to the rear axle, there's a lot of spread, so there's a lot of scrub. So what we've gone in and done with the AirRide, now we can do a dump on the rear axle. So this rear axle, we have a little clicker, and we'll show you that later in the video. You can dump the air pressure on the rear axle. What that lets this axle do then is just slide across the ground, and it won't drag.
Right.
So you don't get that tire scrub. So it makes this trailer, you can, you know, get it in and out of tight spots, especially on, you know, on blacktop on a hot day when it gets sticky is when you have to be careful. And the more weight, obviously, it gets worse. So that gives you basically the maneuverability of a 2-axle trailer, and then when you're running down the road, you're back on 3 axles. And a 3-axle trailer running down the highway, nothing pulls better. A spread axle with 3 like this, they pull unbelievable. There's no bounce, there's no jerk, they run as flat as can be. So you get the benefits of both. You know, you get the benefits of both, a 2-axle to turn and then a 3-axle to run down the road.
Yeah. Really great setup. Proven.
It's been proven, it's worked well. We've got some bigger trailers than this running this setup, and it works really well.
You know, one thing that you guys do a lot of is this large back door, really open up, make a very inviting environment for the horses. And with the trainer in mind, they're typically hauling those younger ones, the 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds that maybe don't have the trailer experience as the older seasoned veteran horses. But you know, with the setup and the offset we have here, still plenty of room for the horses. Nice big stalls, but such an inviting entrance here.
A lot of room to get in and out. We'll let you look in there. We won't go into detail of this today. The big thing on this trailer today is, like I said, the running gear and why this trailer is made to run up and down the road. All of our standard, you know, we got extra load lights, extra tail lights for safety, all LED. All your switches are conveniently located here.
Again, when we look at this side and all the doors down, the heavy-duty bar grills, we talk about all that ventilation and getting air to these horses and changing climates. And it was a nice, cool morning here in Colorado, but if you're running to Texas, it's probably going to be 90 in the afternoon down there today.
Yeah. So a lot of ventilation there, and that's a good shot, you know, all that ventilation right there. It makes a great, keeps everybody nice and cool.
Yep. We've also got the manger storage. We put doors on every other manger stall here for that access. So there's a lot of storage built into this trailer.
Yeah, so you've got a couple of small doors here. We actually have a large door at the back. I'll let Ben open it.
So these mangers run on all 8 stalls and even extended here to the back. So there's a lot of storage in there for buckets, the stall fans.
Let me open one of these up here.
Equipment you'd be taking to a show.
You probably can see.
So you can get a lot of feed in there. All the extra things you have to take for your stalls when you move into a show. And the thing that I love about this setup, as we roll around here to the front with the tack room side of it, is that once you move into a show facility, all your tack is on one side of the trailer.
Yeah, everything's right here.
Yeah, when you pull up to a major show facility and unloading into the stalls for that week-long fraternity or show, it's easy to get to everything. You're not constantly running back and forth.
Yep.
So.
Here's another little add-on that we like to do.
Right.
The center, basically it's a turn signal, so that when someone tries to sneak up alongside you when you're trying to make a turn.
Yeah, this is a large trailer and it helps having that extra.
Yeah, they add an extra length. People will try and come up beside you when you're trying to run wide to make a turn, so that's really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice feature there. Like I said, all the mangers, drop downs, windows. I think that's that for back there.
Yeah.
So here's another neat part of this trailer. You got all that? So a lot of storage here. Saddles, blankets, bridles.
Yeah, you've got a 12 saddle racks in here for an 8-horse trailer. So, you know, like the quarter horse guys that are showing, they're gonna have their show saddle, they're gonna have their work saddle. If you've got customers, if you're a trainer, you've got customer saddles, you've got plenty of tack room space here, multiple blanket racks, hooks everywhere we can locate them. And the thing that I love about these trailers is putting that wall in the middle. You can stand here and reach to anything you want to without having to climb in and out of a trailer and go all the way across. It really helps us organize that space.
Devin, how does this close? I want to show everyone this too.
So this door is going to close first. We've got the heavy duty latches here. That door closes. Slam that shut.
Yeah, so that door is firmly latched. Then you can close all this. And then you can lock this as well. So, and I love these because you don't have to pack keys around at a horse show. So a really great feature. This basically, through one small keypad, you have access to this entire tack room.
Yeah. You know, we used to build these with the cam locks on the outside, then we invested in these heavy duty latches and just cleaned up the whole outside of the trailer.
It's really clean and it works really well.
A simple handle here to reach, that one pull and then it's open. With all the carpet lined walls, it's a very small expense to really protect the trailer and to protect all those bridles. I mean, I've got custom handmade bits that cost more than that carpet did. I mean, there's a lot of dollars in all that tack. A lot of dollars,
and then you can lock it up really safely and securely too.
Yeah.
Well, it looks good.
Yep.
Looks good, Ben.
Thank you. Good design, Andrew. Now this is a light that you've added up here, Andrew.
Yeah, so this light here is part of our, let me grab.
That's your indicator light on your axle dump, correct?
Yep, it must be all shut off.
While he's doing that, one thing unique we did on this 8-horse is we put dual jacks on the front of it. And that's, again, an added expense that most people wouldn't do, but you really need it on a trailer this size. When you're loading and unloading equipment, it's 36 feet long and 8 foot wide, so that dual jacks helps this trailer stay more stable once it's not hooked to the truck.
So we talked about dual jacks, but yeah, I love because these trailers are heavy.
I've seen some of these big heavy trailers that were only built with a single jack, and those hot days in Oklahoma would actually go through some asphalt on a single leg.
If it's soft asphalt, then these trailers, they get heavier. People don't realize. We've got a single battery option on this trailer right now. If you wanted to, we could always add.
Yeah.
I actually like adding extra batteries. That's me. I like it because then I can have my jack and everything else on separate batteries, which we could definitely do here. That way your jacks, I do my jack battery separate so that it'll always work. I love doing that.
Yeah.
So another feature that, you know, works really well. Spare tires securely on there.
We'll go around here to our AirRide Axle display here.
Yeah.
Talk about this. This is a fun display you challenged us with a couple years ago, and we've had it on display at like Stock Show and a few other events, and here in your showroom to help show people what those AirRide axles look like. It's hard to tell when you're just talking to a customer and they're already installed on the trailer, so we made this cutaway model. And
it's still a little hard to see here, but this is a lot better than climbing under a trailer. So just go here for a minute, Harish, and so that there is a standard torsion axle that's been cut off so that you can see the suspension on a torsion axle relies on these 4 pieces of rubber and that square center beam in there rotating in that rubber. That's what a torsion axle, that's basically what it is.
Right. And those really haven't changed much in the last 30 years.
No, that technology's been around a long time. It's been proven. It works well. The biggest catch with a torsion axle is it works very well under a continuous load. If the load is always the same, they work very well. It's hard to get them to work well under varying loads. So you take a horse trailer, the loads vary every time you use it almost. So that's why I like AirRide so much, because it automatically adjusts for load. And then it's kind of a 2-piece puzzle here. We have the torsion axle still in place. This beam here is still basically this, so you still have a torsion axle, and then we've taken the torsion axle and mounted it on a pivot and an airbag. So now you have the benefit of both the torsion and the air. So you get a really good ride. It's adjustable for weight. It automatically adjusts. This valve right here is what automatically adjusts it depending on the amount of weight in the trailer. It keeps it at the same height. And then on top of that, we've got shocks, which take some of that load, you know, that shock. When you hit a bump, there's a shock wave comes through there, and those shocks are really good at taking that energy out of there.
Yeah, and it's interesting, as you use the trailers and as you're loading more horses in or cattle, whatever the case may be, you'll hear that compressor kick on, and that, you know, that height control valve is working. It's adjusting to the load that's being applied. But
yeah, and then as you unload, you'll hear the air exhausting.
Yeah.
Which means everything's there and working. The other thing that's really, really good about this AirRide is if this AirRide goes out, let's say you run over something and you tear a line off, which we hope doesn't happen, but it can. Now you're on torsion axles. You still have the torsion suspension in place. So you don't have to stop. You can still get home. You can limp home. Now you're on the same suspension as everybody else, basically. So that redundancy built in is a beautiful thing, because now you don't have to stop. You can keep going.
Yeah, we had a few of those days years and years ago. They weren't fun.
Ben and I have been doing this long enough. We've been down the other path, and it was tough. I mean, you'd have an AirRide go out, and those trailers were basically stranded. So it was a challenge.
There's a few battle stories we had back in the days of having to help customers, but all those experiences have helped get us to where we're at today. And even looking at this display that we built about 5 years ago, I can already see changes that we've helped work together from the feedback you get from customers and what you see in your shop, communicated to us and then to our vendor. And Dexter Axle and ASI, they've been making changes and updates. I mean, this pivot bolt size has already changed, and numerous things on how we put the axles on today, and the upgrades they've made have even make the system better.
Even better, yeah. And we should do that at some point, is do an update. But it's basically the same. The shock mounts on the new axles are cleaned up even more. Like I said, the pivot bolts are heavier, but the basic function is the same.
The function is the same, but to me, the whole combination of the customer feedback to what you see communicated to us and our vendor, it shows that the whole circle works, and I think that's a great thing today.
And we've had, like I said, we've had great success with this. You know, we've been doing this long enough together. You know, Ben's on the manufacturing side, we're on the retail side, and like Ben said earlier, we've been down the road where some of them didn't work, and we've learned, and this one works, and it's worked very well. the benefits of this AirRide are so great, not only for the livestock, but also for the life of the trailer. It makes a huge difference.
Well, and you use AirRide trailers yourself, so do I. I mean,
Yeah.
we both have horses and interest when we're not at work.
Yeah,
And,
we're literally gonna do another video here soon on another AirRide trailer that we use. I mean, it gets used all the time. So,
you bet. Great things. Great story.
well, what else do we need to do on this one?
Do you want to get the stock number?
So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do the official part now. 5N191299. That's the stock number on this trailer.
That's
It's on the website, it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook.
Okay.
Check it out. Let us know if you have any other questions. The main number in here, 303-684-3400.
Yeah.
Transwest.com is the website. If you got any questions, like I said, let us know. Thank you.
Thank you.